All right, it's day three, or some might say day tree, which is what all the presents live under. It's still very early, and I still haven't spoken yet, so nice to open the day with an advent. I'm getting it out of the way nice and early on this particular Friday because Friday tends to be my busiest day at work. So, without further ado, let's open up door number three. I even checked where it was, so I wouldn't be wasting any time. Okay. Hang on. Talking of wasting time. Oh, the door's got in. And out he went in. Okay, come here. Hang on. Come on, you can. There we go. There we go. It's open. Let's have a look. Oh. Oh my, that is sparkly. Geez, we're getting very festive ones altogether. I thought it was just going to be generic with the first sort of black and orange slash red slash maroony color. I realize now when doing things like this that I might be slightly colorblind, at least at first glance. This is very nice though. I like the sparkle to it. It's all inset. It's not like they've just sprinkled a load of fucking glitter on it. It's in the material, so it's not like rubbing off on my fingers or anything like that, which is good. That's what you want. That is quite nice. It's a nice little display dice. I don't know if I'd use it necessarily. It is a lot more usable than the big chunky D4 from yesterday, but it is, because the contrast is quite good. And as is very apparent, my eyesight isn't great. So the better the contrast between the color and the numbers, the better for me to actually use at the table. But this is very nice, and it's a D10. And D10s relate to well, of course, there's two styles of D10. So which one is it? This is the little numbers. It's the tens place D10, and tens place D10 or one place D10s. I, I had one of two options and I got it wrong. Fuck me. It's one of those mornings. Fantastic. Yes, this is Newbies. Brilliant. These are CDs that I got somewhat recently, or that are relatively recent to, like, relative to the rest of the collection. They're not all brand new, as will probably become apparent when I roll up something from like 2018. But hey, it's only one way to find out. Let's give them a roll. Okay, and yet again, it's a two. So two on the ones place D10s is 87. And 87 relates to, on the big list. How's everybody doing today? Doing good? Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll be right back. I remember how I was joking about newbies containing. Newbies as a category containing CDs that came out in 2018. I wasn't joking, but this is clean. Clean by an artist whose name I won't be able to say properly, or at least if I do say it, it won't sound correct. An artist by the name of Soccer Mommy. Neither of those, neither of those words are right. Neither of those. That'll be football mam. Now that's more appropriate. That sounds correct. Anyway, there she is, and there's clean, and this spine is yeah. There we go. In case you had any doubt in your mind, this is clean, and as the cover might suggest, it's one of those let's get sad albums, which is quite good. I'm surprised to this day that I was able to find a solid copy of this, because I'd been listening to her music just digitally for the longest time, and this is the only album I believe that she has released that has a physical version. Now, in terms of what it is, what kind of style, what sort of music you can expect from herself there. It's where's the dice got? I need the dice in frame. There we go. Just so we remember. So remember that you did this to us. Newbie, says I. Newbie. This is considered new music, and it's fucking 3 years old. Anyway, so it's indie. It's could you tell? Could you tell it was indie? It's pretty sad. Pretty sad stuff. There's no There's no, Mr. Blue Sky on this one. That's Electric Light Orchestra. Completely different band. Pretty new though. Also, another big issue with the physical release of this. Granted, CD itself is quite nice. The quality, a lot of these sort of cardboardy cases can sometimes be a bit shite. This one's quite alright. It's got a nice finish to it. The only problem I have is, and you can see it there, or rather you can't, it's the fucking contrast of this white text on the yellowy sort of background. It's coming up pretty nice if I hold it at that angle with the camera, but to the naked eye, it's brutal. So, trying our best to look at this list. As far as a song recommendation from this goes, it's pretty much between two. I would say, if you want a highlight of the album, it would have to be Scorpio Rising. There's other good ones on the, I won't even give it the credit of saying that it's, oh, you listen to this, but you should also listen to this, that, and the other, like I did with Long Lost, because that's a fantastic album. I'm not saying Clean isn't. Clean is quite good. It's just some artists and albums are better at having a wide variety. Variety. Ugh. Can you tell it's early yet? Could you tell that I've only just woken up? They have a wide array, an array of tones and ideas and moods even in the piece, but Clean is just sad, and it's just lots of different degrees of sadness, which is fine. But as is often the case with a lot of indie music, it can be a little bit overwhelming when it's the same thing every song. So if I were to recommend one to just take away and say, oh, this is enough. This is enough soccer mommy for one day. It'd definitely be fucking Scorpio Rising. I should have woken up before I did this. That's day 3. Under the Tree at Spar.